Alright guys, Blue 50 is back at it again. It's been quite a long time. I moved to different state, different job and everything, so I've been off of YouTube for a while. Giving it a shot here, so please like, subscribe, and comment. Had a little oops with my Mustang. Got cut off on the on-ramp, got spun into a guardrail, so here I am. Gonna be replacing some of the front end. I'm still debating on either, you can see where all the damage is. I got the headlights, driver's fender, the front bumper is all gone. Both headlights gone. This fender still seems to be pretty good. I don't think it got damaged at all. The hood got hurt a little bit, and due to this common corrosion that they have on Mustangs here, I'm gonna replace the hood. I was thinking about going with the GT 350 fenders with the little air vents on the side. However, since I only need one fender, I'm probably just gonna go with the stock one and just replace this one. I know it's repairable, but if I'm gonna have to repaint it and everything, the quote that I got for repairing this is gonna be same as just buying a new fender again and paint it. Sadly, I have to replace this top radiator support because the little tabs for the headlights broke off, and that's literally the only part of it that broke off. So due to those two, I'm gonna have to replace it. If you guys can notice, I kind of went back to stock. I was planning on selling the car, then this happened, so I'm gonna keep the car now, do some repairs. It's gonna pretty much just end up being my project car for quite a while. Once I got the front end off, I might at the same time just pull the motor. We'll just see how much time I have. I really do want to replace the rod bearings on this motor. There's definitely a little bit of knock issue that I'm getting on data logs. I used a Serotech that took away the noise that I actually heard, but I just know that something's going on there. So, but yeah, here's the overall shot of the car right now. Excuse me for the mess a little bit. We're kind of in the middle of moving slash renovating our house. So here's the beginning. I'm gonna set you guys up on a tripod, and then I'm gonna start taking some of the stuff off. I already unbolted the front bumper. It's kind of just sitting there right now. So yeah, we'll go from here. All right, so front bumper is off. I just want to show you guys what else I got here. So the absorber bar, or the crash bar, impact bar, whatever people call them, that got damaged a little bit, but besides that, everything looks pretty good. This plate over here did get bent a little bit, but that's about as far as it went. None of the subframe got bent or moved at all, so all the spacings look pretty good except for where this fender got hit. It just got pushed back just a little bit, but tiny little bit. So once the new fender goes on, I think it'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and pound out this part straight out once this is all off, and I think we should be good. So I'm really shooting for just getting a fender, bumper, the hood, and then I'm not really sure yet. I honestly want to try wrapping the car myself. Let's see how that goes. I mean, it's not in too bad of a shape, but I do have, you know, some paint that needs to be touched up and correct on the rest of the car. So I don't know if I want to do the whole car and paint it, or if I'm gonna try to wrap it. Plus, I got a few things I gotta fix up. Somebody got me in the parking lot here. So yeah, if you guys have any tips on painting or wrapping, or you know anybody or do it yourself in Cleveland area, let me know. Thank you. All right, so next step that I'm gonna go underneath here and remove this splitter and the lip. And then what we're gonna do for that is we're gonna remove all these screws, I think they're about a 7. I don't think they're metric. I think they're standard. I'll have to look up what the size is. But we're also going to remove all these plastic pins. They're holding the splitter in. Once we remove all those, we can pull this whole thing down. So I'm going to switch you guys to a time lapse and we're going to go from there. I did check on the size of those bolts on the bottom. Those are going to be, zoom in, 9/32. What I'm gonna do next is I had a aftermarket lip on here. I'm gonna remove that, and I'm gonna remove the actual stock bumper lip off of the splash guard on the bottom, because I'm gonna be putting on a whole new front end, but it's not gonna utilize the same lip. I'm gonna have a GT 500 front end here, but yeah, it's not going to be using the same lip or anything, but it will use a splash guard. So I'm going to remove all that, set the other part aside. Just remember that most of the hardware that is on here you're going to have to reuse. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all the clips off, all the nuts, bolts, everything. I'm going to put them in Ziploc bags, separate them, write down where they go, etc. But yeah, just make sure that you keep all your hardware. I know you can buy more, but why buy if you already have them? Definitely gonna get some of the new push pins in, because I know mine's been removed a few too many times. So because of that, they're a little messed up. But I'm gonna set that back over there. The next, what we're gonna do is probably gonna start removing the wheel. After we remove the wheel, we're gonna pull out the liner, and then after that we can access. There's some hardware down the bottom. There's some hardware to remove the fender right behind there. If you're on the top, you gotta get in from the inside on that. We're gonna have to remove this clip right here that holds the fender and the hood together. I think there's a few on the top over here. I believe 3. This little piece comes out. Make sure that you reuse all these clips. I'm gonna have to pop that one out. Yeah, everything else I've seen, they just come right out, but apparently not on mine. So I'm gonna pop those out with something, keep this weather stripping, and then get going on this fender. All right, so what I'm gonna do now to remove the lip, I'm just gonna remove all these screws going all the way around the lip. Disconnect that and then keep the splash guard piece. All right, next step we're gonna do is remove the wheel. Make sure you're not doing it like me and forget your impact at work. So you have to do it with the ratchet, especially with the car being up in the air. It's kind of tough to do when your wheel is spinning when you're trying to do these bolts. Pretty much that's what happens. So I got a little trick up my sleeve, but yeah, make sure you at least loosen them up a little bit when the car is still on the ground, if you're using a ratchet or tire iron. All right, now with the tire off, or the wheel off, we're gonna go down here and we're gonna remove all the clips that hold the fender liner on. So there's a few out here, there's a couple back there, and all the way around. So make sure you pop all those up, make sure you keep them, put them in a Ziploc bag, and then yeah, so you can reuse them once the new fender liner goes on. All right, so we got the fender liner removed. Next we're gonna remove the foam insert we got up here, another fender insert up here. There's gonna be a couple bolts behind that insert. I'll show you guys once I remove it. Okay, so I reached in, removed the insert. You can see where the mounting brackets are. There's 2 right there, There's a couple more at the top where we're gonna have to go from the inside of the car. And also, you gotta pop this panel off. There's gonna be a bracket that you have to remove. So you gotta remove, there's 2 bolts right there. And then from there's gonna be, underneath that bracket, there's gonna be bolts that are actually mounting the fender to the, right there. All right, so next we gotta pull the weather stripping off in the corner by the windshield. And there's a bolt that I already took out. I used it's supposed to be 5/16, but I used an 8mm, and I went and took that one out. All right, so the next thing we did, we popped off the side skirt panel here. You see this plastic piece down there? There's 3 screws in these grooves that you gotta take out. I believe those are 10mm. After that, I'm gonna remove this plastic piece to get access to the bolts that are holding the fender on. So I removed the plastic insert that we had here, and then you got 2 10mm bolts that we gotta take out. One here, and one is a little farther back there. Okay, next I removed the 2 bolts that were holding the fender on this side. We had a 10mm on this side, and then a half over there. All right, now we're gonna remove the last 2 bolts on the inner fender side. Looks like 10mm, 2 of them. Those should be the last 2, and then this thing should come off. All right, guys, so got the fender off. Now we're gonna pull off all these plastic clips that we have, and then reuse them on the new fender once we get it. All right, so next thing I did is remove the headlights. They were already kind of hanging off because the tabs broke off, so I didn't film it. But we're gonna move on to removing the crash bar next. Oh, I was tripped. Just remove the 4 bolts on both, or 2 bolts on both sides, and this thing should come right off. All right, next order of business, I'm gonna be replacing the upper radiator mount. So that's this whole piece. Oh, and by the way, on these, it was 4 bolts, or it was 8 bolts, not 4. There's some in the middle there too. But yeah, so I already unclipped all the sensors. So there's a couple sensors here. So pretty much, yeah, anything that was on there I unplugged. All the little clips for the hood latch, removed all those. And now we're pretty much ready to unbolt the radiator. And then there's a couple other mounting bolts on this side and on this side. So I'm pretty sure after that it's supposed to come out, but we're gonna double check. Oh, well, of course these up top on both sides. So I think after that piece is supposed to come out as well. So we'll see. All right, so the bolts that I showed you guys in a previous clip, that's exactly what you needed to take off to get that radiator support off. So here we are. For now, that's about as far as I'm gonna go. I am waiting for some parts to come in. So I got the bumper, but obviously I need the radiator support and the bumper support. So I'll probably start this up again in about, I don't know, I'm guessing like a week or so before I get the parts. But I'll see you guys then.